Welcome back, everybody, to the Kansas State Dynasty here in College Football 25. Today we have Week 9, the Sunflower Showdown against our rival KU at home. Before we jump into that, let's just do a quick review of what's going on around the nation, though. Looking at the top 25, looks like there's 3 undefeated teams left, at least in the top 25. Number 1, Clemson. Number 2, SMU. And number 24, Indiana, is also 7-0, so that's interesting. We are the top Big 12 team in the rankings. Looks like next up would be Colorado, then UCF, and then Utah down there at 25. So, interesting season so far. Looking at the Heisman list by Week 9, Cam Ward, Grayson McCall, Jalen Milroe, Tet McMillan, and Cade Klubnik are the top 5 for the Heisman right now. Miami having a good year. I think they're ranked 10th. So Cam Ward's got his Hurricanes. Oh, they're 9th. 5-2 though. So kind of interesting there. But so far, so good. Looking at the team schedule we have after this game. Obviously, we have Kansas today, and then we go on the road to Houston. We have a bye week, and then we come back home for 2 straight against another newcomer to the Big 12, Arizona State. But they are 3-4 on this year. And then Cincinnati before we finish up for another rivalry game known as Farmageddon against Iowa State at home. That's going to be a big game for us to end the season. And hopefully, we're playing in the Big 12 Conference Championship game coming into the year, and hopefully the college football playoff as well. So let's go ahead and get into the game against KU.
You might not know the word EMAW, but they do in Manhattan, Kansas. It means every man a Wildcat. And inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium, virtually every man, woman, and child is a Wildcat and loves Kansas State. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Kansas Jayhawks, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Kansas State Wildcats.
KU is going to be sending it deep back to our return man. We do have a new return man today. It is Dylan Edwards trying to spark things up on the kickoff return, but nothing doing. Given the last year's meeting, Kansas State won 31-27. Kansas does lead the all-time series 65-51. However, Kansas State has won the last 15 meetings. Avery Johnson and the offense out to extend that to 16. First play of the game is given to Giddens on a short gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Dylan Edwards in now. Johnson gives it to Edwards, and he's stuffed, so nowhere to run early on in this game. Johnson in the gun. Edwards still in on 3rd down. Back to pass, and he throws over the middle. It's caught from Jaden Jackson over the middle. Good play from the receiver. Good throw from Avery Johnson. After a penalty, it is 1st and 18. Avery Johnson with Giddens in the pistol. They give to Giddens. He squeezes through a tight hole there, and he's able to get 10. Big body back like Giddens getting through that small hole is kind of surprising. Edwards checks back in on 2nd and 8 near midfield. It's a screen pass, and it's dumped out to Edwards, and he's got a lot of space to move here in between the blockers, and he gets a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays from the Cats. So far, so good on the first drive, other than the penalty. But can't complain now that we're inside the Jayhawk 40. And we give it to Giddens again, and he's a powerful run through the hole for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5, 2 tight ends now. Johnson in the gun, fakes it to Giddens this time. He looks to scramble. He's got a hole. It looks like he's got just enough. No, he's just short of the 1st down. So it'll be 3rd and inches. Usually we know where we're going here. Johnson may look to change the play here, given the defensive set. We give it to Giddens. And the defense stuffs him. Man, the run defense has been killer, but the Cats are going to go for it. We've had a problem kicking this year. We did this against Colorado. We ended up taking this to the house, and he almost broke another one, but it looks like he was brought down by his face mask. Hopefully Dylan Edwards' neck is okay. Man, He had the first down anyways, but add an additional 15 yards to that. So 1st and 10, we go empty in the red zone once again. Johnson back to pass. Quick pass over the middle. He finds Jace Brown for a good gain of 8. 2nd and 2 inside the 5. Giddens back in, 2 tight ends to the right. Johnson gives it to Giddens. He's got another huge hole to run through and walks into the end zone, and he's going to go celebrate with the fans, flexing on him. Another touchdown for DJ Giddens. That gives him 5 on the season, and another more proof that he is one of the best power backs in the country. Cats go up by 7 to start the game. Chris Tennant sends it deep. Wilson's going to have a return here, but our coverage team, again, stops him short of the 20-yard line. So far, so good on that portion of the season. But they are led by, of course, Jalen Daniels. He's thrown for just about 1,800 yards this year. So hopefully we can slow down his legs, and hopefully his arm isn't too good today. But our defense did play well against West Virginia. Our offense kind of let us down a little bit in that game, but we did end up winning that one. Start here. Quick pass out for a gain of 4. Devin Neal, the star running back for KU, is to Daniels' right here. He drops back to pass on 2nd and 6. Quickly out to the tight end / fullback, Casey. That's a short gain of 2. First 3rd down for the Cats. 3rd down has been a problem for us all year. Let's see if we can get off the field early here. Pass, he's got a man over the middle, but he throws it short and it lands at his feet. Bad throw from Daniels. So the Cats will take over. They started off by giving it to Giddens again, and he has a muscle run for a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 now. Oakley in the backfield here. Don't see this a lot. We give it to Cephas, and we just cannot seal the edge, and it's going to be a loss of 4 on the play. Man. Usually that play gives us a little bit more. 3rd and 6, back to pass. He goes to the right. Jaden Daniels catches it. No, he drops it, and that's going to force a punt. So 3 and out for the Cats. Back-to-back 3 and outs. KU has the ball inside the 20 again. They give it to Devin Neal. He hurdles over Ilolo, but it looks like he was able to get up just enough to trip him up for a short gain of 4. KU is winless in the Big 12 this year, so we do not want to be the one team to give them a win. So we really need to come out here and give it to them. Really show our power in the Big 12, given their lack of power, per se. Devin Neal here on a run to the right with a huge hole, and he's into K-State territory. That would eventually lead to a 3rd and 4 now. Trip in the backfield. Play action. Brendan Mott goes right through the guard and gets to Jalen Daniels, and that's going to knock them out of field goal range, and they will be forced to punt. Brendan Mott, believe he is still the sack leader. Oh, no, they're not punting. They're going to kick a long field goal here. This is from 58, and that's not even close. They kick like Chris Tennant. It's not Chris Tennant's fault. That's 100% my fault. Cats get good field position here. Dylan Edwards gets the carry. He makes a jump cut, and he's got a lot of room, and he's inside the 20 to the 15. Big play from Dylan Edwards. We like to see those big plays. That speed is killer. It's a great change of pace compared to Giddens. 2nd and 15 now. Giddens in. Quick pass RPO out to Jace Brown. Does he have the corner? No, and he's stopped just short. It'll be 3rd and 3. 3rd down. Our power back is in the game. We give it to him, and he's got just enough for a 1st down to get inside the 5, and the Cats are threatening. However, it would lead to 3rd down, and he's scrambling, and Johnson's not able to get the pass off, and we settle for a field goal. Not ideal since we were inside the 5-yard line, but we'll take the points. It's better than no points. Daniels back, play action out to Devin Neal. He's got blockers up front, and Parrish lays the wood, and the ball's out. Jake Clifton recovers the fumble. Jacob Parrish laying the hammer on Devin Neal, and Jake Clifton there to scoop up the fumble, and the Cats take over inside Jayhawk territory. 8 minutes to go now in the half. Kansas State could make a huge statement with a score on this drive here. Give it to Giddens to the right. Cuts back inside for a gain of 4. Johnson now in the pistol. Not in the pistol. He's empty. Back to pass. Looks over the middle. Tight window throw to Garrett Oakley, and he holds on to it. Good catch from Oakley. Oakley's really stepped up. Slow first few weeks, but quick pass out to Jackson, and he hangs on to that one. Wow. He also has stepped up the last 2 weeks, but Oakley, probably in the last 4 or 5 games, has really been a go-to target for Johnson. Jace Brown in motion, and we flip it to him, and he's got the edge. He's got one guy to beat. He tries to juke around him, does, but he is brought down inside the 10-yard line. First and goal now. We give the ball to Giddens, and he takes it around the tackle, and he's got space for another touchdown, his second of the game. Second of the first half. Great start from the Cats offense. Exactly what we needed to see from the Wildcats. KU back out on the field. They did run a few plays before this, but they did make their way to midfield. And Austin Moore is trying to wrap up Devin Neal, but we eventually swarm to the football and bring him down for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14, just under 2.5 to go in the first half. Can KU put some points on the board before half? They give it to Devin Neal again, and he's just tough to bring down. He gets a gain of almost about 9 there, so it'll bring up 3rd and 5. KU sends the blitz over the middle, and there's no one within 10 to 15 yards of that receiver. Wilson wide open in the middle of the field. Puts him just outside the 20. Under 2 minutes to go now. Daniels back to pass and slings it out to Devin Neal, but he's stopped short, and they will, in fact, get a field goal. Cats back out with 1.5 minutes to go. Last week we played a little bit aggressive, and it costs us, so we'll see what the Wildcats can do before the half this time. Looks like they're still going to be a little aggressive here. Let's maybe not make the same mistake we did last game. Quick pass out to Oakley, and he's hit immediately, and he forces the ball out for an incompletion. 3rd down and 3. It's a draw we give to Giddens, and he has some blockers up front, but it looks like the linebacker was able to shrug off Keegan Johnson and make the stop. 1 minute to go now, 1st and 10. KU sends the blitz, and we get it out quick, and that's Jaden Jackson again, and he fights for the first down, so that'll stop the clock. 55 seconds to go now. We fake it to Edwards. We go out wide to Jace Brown, and it's caught. No, his foot was out of bounds. Yeah, that would have been a great. Oh, they're going to review it. They eventually did overturn the call. Looks like his foot was in before he stepped out of bounds. So that's great for us inside Jayhawk territory. Johnson scrambles to his right, and he finds Jackson on the run, and the Cats will take a timeout. Avery Johnson, at the very last second, got that ball off to Jaden Jackson. 3rd and 2 now. Johnson floats it over the cornerback and finds Jace Brown, and they get inside the 20. 3rd down and 3. 26 seconds to go. Johnson looks like he's going to scramble. He takes off, and he's got a lot of space, and he gets into the end zone. Avery Johnson taking off, scrambling a little bit more than we're used to seeing. We tried to get him a little bit more active in the running game with designed runs, but that hasn't really panned out for us so far. But the scrambling has been great in this game. It's better than taking a bunch of sacks, and that is going to take us to halftime, up 24-3. Exactly how I wanted this game to go, and exactly how I would like to finish this game. But that's been a problem of ours come the fourth quarter, is finishing games. We've given up a lot of points in the second half recently. Good start from KU there. They get a big pass play up towards midfield. Jalen Daniels, making some pre-snap adjustments, and he's brought down again by Austin Moore in the backfield. Devin Neal really hasn't had anything to do since that fumble he had earlier in the first half. This time he makes a guy miss, and he should have been brought down in the backfield, but he's got enough space here, and he's going to be inside the 30 all the way to the 26. I spoke too soon there. Backup running back in the game now. Daniels in the pistol. They give it to him, and he's got a huge hole. Flag down, though, and he stiff arms Sigel, and he just bullied him into the end zone, but it looks like it is coming back. It is going to be holding on KU. That is huge play for us. It is now 3rd and 15 after the penalty, and backup defensive end Cody Stufflebean jumps the gun and gets called for encroachment, so they'll move up 5 yards. So that'll make it 3rd and 10. Manageable, I would say, for KU. However, we're going to try and get off the field and only force no, right over the middle. It looked like Moore had a play on it, but unfortunately did not make that happen. Now down to the 1, 2nd and goal. Daniels looks to pass, quick, and caught. I believe that's Quentin Skinner on the touchdown for KU. So KU scores their first touchdown of the game, and they cut it to a 2-touchdown game. Those penalties will cost you. We'll see Dylan Edwards take his first actual kickoff attempt. It looks like he has a hole, but it's immediately closed up, and he just gets just past the 20. Johnson out now with their first possession of the second half. They hand it to Giddens, and he goes to the outside. And looks like there was a missed block, but Giddens able to make him miss and get up for a gain of 4. Edwards in now. Johnson in the pistol. They give it to Edwards, and he's very shifty in between those tackles, and he's able to get the first down. Johnson back in the pistol. Another screen pass over the middle to Edwards, and he's got some room here. Trying to make a move, but gets enough for the first down. And it looks like he has a bit of an injury on that play. So Dylan Edwards will come out, and Joe Jackson will take his spot for the time being. We give it to Jackson on his first carry, and he gets 16 on that one. So good of Joe Jackson to be ready to come in at a moment's notice. Giddens back in. He takes it to the outside. Bounces off one guy, and he's got enough for the first on that one. Running the ball, doing really well on this drive. Johnson empty, looking to pass. He's going over the top to Oakley, and he tiptoes the sidelines, and he's in for a touchdown. Kansas State back up by 3 scores. It is 31-10 late in the third. Man, exactly how we wanted to make this work. That would end the third quarter. There'd be back-to-back 3-and-outs from KU and K-State. So we jump ahead looking at the top 25 we talked about earlier. But we'll jump ahead to the fourth quarter. We actually had a possession, but ended up going 3-and-out once more. So KU has the ball with under 11 to go, down by 3 scores. Quick pass out, gain of 14 there. Good start for KU's passing attack. They are going to have to rely on the pass attack for the rest of the game, it looks like. And he goes over the middle, and it's caught. I believe that's Grimm over the middle, right in between the safeties. Really, you got to give him props to him for hanging on to that one after taking that hit in between 2 safeties. What a catch. 1st and 10 from K-State territory, and it's out. Caught. I believe that's Skinner again. Gain of 10. KU moving the ball through the air with ease, it seems like, here in the fourth. Daniels back to pass, and again, wide open over the middle, and it looks like Parrish may have got a little bit of face mask right there, and that's going to be additional yardage. They will move half a distance to the goal. 1st and goal from the 4. Just under, well, there'll be under 9 minutes to go after this play. And Clifton brings Neal down in the backfield. Great play from the linebackers. Those 2 guys have been probably our stars on defense. And Chidi Abazor jumps, and they'll get an additional. Oh, no. It's a false start. So KU's actually moving back 5 yards. So 3rd and goal from the 10. Daniels back to pass. He's got a lot of time. Pass rush just has not been there today. And knocked away from Jacob Parrish. Good play. Parrish has played well, minus that face mask he just had, but maybe that pass deflection makes up for that. 4th down and 10. And Parrish again is involved. He gets the interception. He's got a lot of room. He's got to beat Neal. He does. He just has to beat Daniels, and he forces him out of bounds. Great play from Jacob Parrish, and K-State is in full control of this game. We hand off to Giddens. We take huge yardage there for Giddens, and we get to the 30-yard line of the Jayhawks. We are in scoring territory. Johnson makes some snap adjustments, and he's going towards Cephas deep, and he's picked off. Not what you needed to do. I think Johnson was just going for it there. He was smelling blood in the water, and unfortunately, it did not pay off. We've done that a couple times this year, and it just hasn't worked for us. Cannot be having that, but again, like I've said in previous weeks, he's a young quarterback. He'll learn. KU starts with a quick pass and an incompletion. So 3rd and 6 over the middle, and it's nearly picked off again. BJ Vane nearly intercepts it again. But they will go for it on 4th and 6. KU doesn't have a lot to lose here. Back to pass, quick, and it's caught, and he's got a lot of room. He breaks one tackle and is eventually caught by Jacob Parrish. So that's tough on 4th down. Probably should not have been running man right there. 1st and 10, quick pass out to Casey, the tight end, and he's got enough for 15 and inside the K-State 30. Under 5 to go now. We send Wilson in motion. They fake to Neal, and he's dragged down by Jordan Allen, but again, I think, yep, it's a face mask. Those are the kinds of plays you got to make. They'll be 3rd and long, even 3rd and 17. Instead, you give him a fresh set of downs inside the red zone. Give to, I believe that's Harrison, and he's stopped for a gain of 6. 3rd down, Neal checks back in. Jalen Daniels looks to pass. He's got a lot of time. He goes out wide, and it's caught by Grimm. So KU cutting it back down to 14-point game here late in the 4th, under 4 minutes to go. And they will attempt an onside kick. And Jaden Jackson on the hands team is able to grab it and hang on to it. So the Cats will take over and look to bleed more of this clock out. Probably won't go too aggressive after that interception. We start by giving it to Giddens, and KU's just ready for that run right there. Nowhere to go for DJ Giddens. We give it to him again on 2nd down. He's got a little bit more room, but not enough for 1st down, and eventually we would have to punt post the 2-minute warning. Under 2 minutes, and they got to go 80 yards, and it starts with a screen, and it's broken up. Could not get the ball out. K-State pass rush got there very, very quickly, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Daniels back to pass. He looks out wide again to Grimm. He's gone that way a lot today. On that route in particular as well. Especially to start drives. I think they scored on that exact play last drive too. Daniels back to pass again. He finds his favorite target, Grimm, over the middle, and he gets up towards midfield into K-State territory. And they will go hurry up now. Down by 2 scores. And the offense is moving pretty well. Hopefully we can make something happen on defense. The pass rush just still is not able to get to Daniels, and he'll find Wilson for a gain of 20 to inside the 30-yard line. He was able to get out of bounds right there, but it does not stop the clock entirely. So 1 minute and 20 to go. Daniels back to pass once more. He scrambles to the left, can't really run it, but he finds Wilson, and he makes a man miss, and he goes through Justice James and scores the touchdown crossing the goal line. And they make it a 1-score game. KU on the comeback? This is one of the worst teams in the Big 12 record-wise, and we're making them look real good on offense. But they will onside kick it again, and Jaden Jackson's there again, and he will just fall to the floor. And that is going to do it for the Sunflower Showdown. K-State, not the best showing on offense in the second half, but our first half performance on both sides of the ball prevailed today. And we get our 53rd win in the series and extend the streak to 16. Player of the game, DJ Giddens, 88 yards, had 2 touchdowns, both of them coming in the first half. Again, we got to be better about closing out games. Next week, we head on the road to Texas and take on Houston in a Big 12 matchup there. We haven't played Houston yet since they joined the Big 12. Actually, I don't know if that's true or not. I just looked it up and I realized why I didn't remember playing Houston last year. It's because K-State beat them 41-0 at home. So yeah, I didn't remember that, but we have played Houston since they joined the Big 12. And we go to Houston, like I said, again, this week, week 10. Next video, I will go over some recruiting stuff that we've done and kind of give you guys an update there. We haven't had any other commitments other than Carlos Jameson. I have really lacked in recruiting, which we're going to try and do better at next year. I'm a little bit more knowledgeable on how that works now. So hopefully we have better recruiting going into next season, or at least not going into next season, but have better recruiting next season now that I'm a little bit more knowledgeable on how it works. But we do move up one spot in the rankings up to number 7. I'm not sure who lost that allowed us to move up a spot. So they don't show, like, the college football playoff rankings don't show last week's. So we have to go, like, based off media. And we moved up. It looks like Penn State lost and LSU lost. So LSU and Penn State now getting their second losses of the season. Penn State losing to Wisconsin and LSU losing to Texas A&M. So it'll be interesting. We move up to 6 in the media poll. In the coaches poll, we're up to a top 5, which is interesting. But in the college football playoff, we are 7th, and we are also leading the Big 12, which does mean we would get a first-round bye in the college football playoff bracket. Looking at how this is panning out, you got Clemson, the 1 seed, Georgia, the 2. We are the 3 seed, and Indiana would be the 4. Troy is the group of 5 team that would be making it there. SMU, who's ranked 4th in the nation, would be the 7 seed. Kind of odd how they're doing this. I'm not sure. I mean, I like the automatic bids for the Power 4 conferences. I think that's the right way to go. However, I think the definite group of 5 school getting in, it's... I don't know. I think it's gonna. I could be totally wrong here. There's a very good group of 5 schools. However, I don't know exactly. I mean, looking at it last year, Liberty got rolled by Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl. It happens once in not a blue moon, I guess. Like Northern Illinois won a January 6th game. Boise State. Obviously, everyone remembers the Statue of Liberty play. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. Just Google Boise State Statue of Liberty play. One of the best offensive play calls in college football history, in my opinion. But this is the bracket right now. We will come back and take a look at this in a few weeks. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. Leave a like. Please subscribe. Comment. Anything you notice in the video that you like, or a great play that you like, or any feedback for me even, as a player. If you guys are enjoying these videos, I really appreciate you guys watching though, and I will see you guys for the game at Houston.